Welcome to Peace Lutheran Church. We bring people the gospel of Jesus.
Well, hey, good morning, friends. Nathaniel here, pastor at Peace. Today is Thursday, August the 6th, and it's great to be with you. We're having a little fun today around here because we got a crew out that's starting to repair the damage from the hailstorm. I know that a lot of other people in the Otsego Plainwell area have been having their own fun with new roof, new siding, new fascia, all these good fun things. So today is our day to start seeing it happen. Good times around here. Hey, today we get to come at you with another great message. Going to be taking a look at Mark chapter 6, and invite you to read this along with me. Jesus left there and went to his hometown, accompanied by his disciples. When the Sabbath came, he began to teach in the synagogue, and many who heard him were amazed. "Where did this man get these things?" they asked. "What's this wisdom that has been given to him? What are these remarkable miracles he is performing? Isn't this the carpenter? Isn't this Mary's son and the brother of James, Joseph, Judas, and Simon? Aren't his sisters here with us?" And they took offense at him. Jesus said to them, "A prophet is not without honor, except in his own town, among his relatives, and in his own home." And he could not do any miracles there, except lay his hands on a few sick people and heal them. He was amazed at their lack of faith. Then Jesus went around teaching from village to village. That's Mark 6 there. Now, one of the things that I've had to learn pretty well in life is this old rule about feedback. And I bet a lot of you know it already. Feedback is A telling B about A. It's not really A telling B about B. What does that mean? It means that if you give me the comment that says, "Pastor, you seem like a really smart person. You're all heady." I can take that as a comment about me that says, "Yeah, I'm a really smart person. I'm a heady, intellectual kind of person. I'm a very heady, rational kind of thinker." Or I can also take it, and this is what it is to a great extent, it's a comment that you are not such maybe a heady person. You might be more of an emotional person, or a person who works off of deep convictions. And yeah, I might be maybe slightly more heady than some people you know, but to a big extent, all it's really saying is you are not such a heady person. Now, feedback is helpful at a certain point. You know, if you get enough of it that's consistently saying the same message, you start to learn something about yourself. If everybody says, "Hey, you're a pretty heady, rational thinking kind of person," at some point you start to say, "Oh, I guess I'm a pretty heady person." But most of the time, feedback is A telling B about A, not telling A about B. Got that? Now, where this really comes into play, I find, right, is you get people who say, "You can't make everybody happy. You can't make everybody happy." Now, here's the interesting thing. You think about that. What is that really telling you? Is that telling you you are not doing a very good job keeping people happy? Or is that telling you most people are unhappy about life? Oh, there's a pretty good question, isn't it, today? And you know what? You see, it's really interesting in this lesson, isn't it? We read these words where Jesus comes to his own hometown, and he says, "A prophet's not without honor in his own hometown." And there's that one line in there where it says that Jesus could not do many miracles there, except lay his hands on a few sick people and heal them. Now, remember our premises about suffering. Remember the two things that people tend to say about suffering. The big ideas people tend to say about suffering is, is God willing to prevent evil? but not able? Well, then God is not all-powerful. Is God able to prevent evil, but not willing? Then he himself is evil. And you look at Jesus in this example, and Jesus is unable to do much healing around these people, except he does a little bit. And so, can we say, is God willing to prevent evil but not able? Well, in this example, we see Jesus is definitely willing, and he is even a little bit able. And so it's hard to say that he's not all-powerful. And is he able to prevent evil? He's able to do it a little bit, but not willing. And where does he find the challenge lies? The challenge lies in the people who are there, the people who don't want the healing. They don't want the help from Jesus. Wow. What does that tell you? What do you think about that example? Crazy one, isn't it? You think, here is this group of people. They supposedly know Jesus so well, and yet, they don't want, it seems, help from him. Maybe that's not so much feedback about Jesus as it is feedback about the people themselves. I want to leave us with a point to think about today. That the reason for suffering, that your suffering and mine, may not so much be him, meaning Jesus or God. It might be within. That makes me feel sad. It makes me feel sad about myself, and it makes me feel sad about you and all of the other people who might be suffering. Maybe the issue is not so much that God doesn't want to help us, but that we don't want the help. And that could be for a whole myriad of reasons. In the Bible, we see some people don't want the help because they have different religious convictions, and it doesn't line up with letting Jesus help. In this case, it's because they oppose or they disagree with the person of Jesus himself. They have an issue with his character and his person. It's family things. It might be, we also see examples of it's not the kind of help that they want. But it does say something about us, probably even more than it says something about God himself. It's true that I can't make everybody happy, and I can't fix all of our problems. But maybe, just maybe, couldn't it be that it's we who are just really unhappy, and that it's not so much God's fault as it is our own fault? Maybe that's something for us to start thinking about. And so here's a question for you and for me. Is it time for you to take another look at a gospel-bringing church? Is it time for you to take another look at a group of people and at a pastor, at a congregation where you could hear some good news of Jesus? Is it time to take another look at a place and a people where your suffering could get alleviated, lifted up, removed, and you could once again find that healing that you're looking for? Is it time to take another look at a good message, a great message that will bring hope and relief? I understand that there are lots of things about different churches, different pastors, different people that make it hard to hear the good news. But maybe it's not so much that feedback is you telling me that's what's wrong with me. Maybe it's just as much feedback is you telling me what's wrong with you. Is it time to take another look? Something for us to all think about, huh? I'm going to pause with a moment of silence and stillness to end today, and I want to wish you God's blessings here. Have a good one today.